it's Jasmine. So today I'm bringing you guys my first video of 2019. It's going to be a full face of my 2018 favorites, and I'm so excited because I felt like I discovered a lot this year, and these ones are truly the ones that stood out to me, and I'm so excited to start talking about them, start using them for you guys. A lot of these aren't new. I'm gonna try and not to reiterate myself from last year's video, so let's get started. I have you guys fully zoomed in and look at how much my face has been breaking out. Honestly, I don't know where she came from. Might be hormones. I mean, a lot of these ones are new, so I'm not really sure when they're gonna go down, but I've been using so many face masks and trying my hardest to just eliminate them as much as possible. So I'm just gonna try and make this whole thing not visible to the real world. We'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to go ahead and prime my skin. Here I have my Touch in Sol No Poreblem primer. You guys know that I use this religiously. I think it makes my skin look so smooth. It fills in every pore, makes the foundation glide on the skin effortlessly, and overall it's a really good primer for evening out the skin's texture and any problem area. I was loving two different foundations this year, and they are for good reason. I use them both for two different purposes. That is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation and the Catrice HD Liquid Cover Foundation. Today I'm going to be mixing both of these foundations and applying it onto my skin because I want my skin to have that natural long wearing base. So I am just going to mix True Beige with the NYX foundation and Golden Beige in the Catrice foundation. The good thing is with both of these foundations, they claim to be a 24-hour wear foundation, and honestly I get a very long use out of both of these. I feel like the NYX one, though, being that it is more mattifying, I feel like it lasts a little bit longer on the skin. I wore this one to Disneyland and it lasted 16 hours, no budging, no creasing, no nothing, and I swear by both of these. So I really love them and I use them a lot in tutorials, so it's no stranger here. If you want to hear more about it, I'll link some tutorials up above, as with any other products that I'm mentioning here in the video. I also have been loving my Japanese Kumadori sponge, and I am so sad that I'm going to have to throw this one out because I've had this for way over 3 months now. But this one is one of my favorite sponges that I found in 2018. Most of you guys know I love my ShopMissA one, and actually this Japanese one comes in a close second. I did hear that Ulta's discontinuing selling Japanese at their store, so I'm so sad. So I'm going to try and find these sponges, but these ones are so good. They have the right amount of density, and no matter how many times you wash it, it does not fade and it doesn't get any less squishy or it doesn't harden up, and I really like that about it. It's really good overall, and I was actually recommended this by Thomas Halbert. He didn't personally recommend it to me, but I took his recommendation via his YouTube videos. I have my Hourglass Hidden Concealer in the shade Fair. These ones run pretty dark, and you guys haven't really heard me talk a lot about it. You guys have heard me mention it in tutorials, but I really like this one because it's really creamy. It really does cover redness, and I'm never one to like stick concealers, but this one is so comparable to a liquid concealer because it blends out really easily. Again, it covers. It really just does the job. So I really enjoy this one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it like regular concealer and blend it out with my sponge. For everybody who watches my videos, this product, this powder, is not going to be a surprise for you guys because I have used the crap out of it this year right when it launched. I have been using it ever since, and it's genuinely a product that I feel like I'm going to continuously go back for because it's so good and it's so inexpensive. It's the ShopMissA Perfect Press Powder in the shade Banana. This stuff is my ride or die product. I love it so much. It doesn't give me a lot of flashback, which is what I like. It does, when I do take flash photography, make my under eyes seem glowy, but it's nothing like, oh my god, she has flashback. It's nothing like that, nothing too crazy. So I do like this, and I like it better than their loose powder version. And as always, I'm going to set this under my eyes with my Sigma F35 brush. As far as brows are concerned, I don't have the one product that I was going to talk about, so I do have a runner-up, but the one brow product I really wanted to mention was the ShopMissA Sculpting Brow Pencil. As most of you guys know, in my last empties video, I included it in there because I ran through it all. My second runner-up is actually the ShopMissA Wonder Brow. Now, I recently rediscovered this in my collection a few months ago, I think maybe in October, and I was like, wow, I really miss this. I wonder why I didn't pick it up. And it's honestly a really comparable product to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. I do have a whole video dedicated to comparisons and all that stuff. For the price, I think it's really, really good because a lot of other brow pomades out there I feel like are too waxy, they don't have enough pigment. I know a lot of people always ask me, oh, why don't you use the e.l.f. brow pomade? I genuinely don't like that one because I think that one is too waxy. And I feel like every time I go over my eyebrow, I don't feel like it stays in place, but this one does, and I continue to use it for that reason. For brow powder, as most of you guys know, I really do love my Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit in the shade Ash Brown. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I remember the first time I used it, it was in the trying out the lowest price items at Ulta, and honestly, I think this was one of the best things that I discovered in that video because you get so much in the kit. You get tweezers, a brow brush that actually works, a wax, 2 eyebrow colors, and a full-size mirror, which is absolutely great. So good for the price, and I'm so glad I picked it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this into my eyebrows. Again, I always start with the lightest shade and I go in upwards strokes to create those fake brow hairs, and then I'll follow it up with the darkest shade if needed. There were so many good eyeshadow palettes in 2018 that I was able to try out and see if I really liked, and I originally had one palette that I really wanted to use for this tutorial, but I don't have it with me. It's at my house. I currently live at my boyfriend's house right now, so I don't have that one, and I'm so sad. It's the Juno & Co. Folklore ever-changing palette, and you guys see me use it in a lot of tutorials, but you know what, I have other options here for you guys. So I have the first one here, which is the Colourpop You Had Me at Hello. It's a very neutral palette if you guys are unfamiliar with it. At first I actually hated this palette. I think I might have mentioned it in a video, and I might have mentioned it as a miss somewhere or another, but I soon became really obsessed with it because I had a point in my life where I was just doing like two-tone smoky eyes, and this was the palette for me. The next one that I have is the Emily The Wands palette. This palette is absolutely stunning. I get so many amazing looks out of it. As you can see, it has the neutrals and then it has the bold colors. It's really, really good. I really like it. I know a lot of people don't like it because you have to build it up, but I personally would rather build up my shadows than having a shadow too pigmented and hard to blend. And finally, we have my collaboration eyeshadows that I launched December 17th with GlamByKarleeCosmetics. I think that that was the icing to the year, like the icing to the cake. It was just the best thing that I feel like I ever accomplished, and I'm so proud of it. So here I have Peace Out, Ma'am, and thank you so much. I might use one of the shadows today, depending how I'm feeling, but we're just gonna go ahead and start our look. I'm just gonna take little bits of each palette and I'm just gonna work it onto my eyes. From the Emily palette, I'm taking the cream and I'm gonna go ahead and pat this all over my eyes as a base. This is just your typical white shadow. By the way, as far as brushes are concerned, throughout this whole year, if you guys have been watching my tutorials and you guys have looked into the description boxes, I have always mentioned the All About Eyes set from ShopMissA. I think that this is an amazing set, and I've been mentioning their Faux Mink set. This set, I believe, is one of the best sets that they have on their website. Like, just as a whole, it is so good. So I highly recommend this one. I use every single brush in this collection. So I thought I'd let you guys know. So let's go on into the crease. From the Colourpop palette, I'm going to take the lightest crease shade called 2 Ps, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this into my crease as a transition shade. This one is just a few shades darker than my skin tone, so it's not going to be anything too dramatic. From the Emily palette, I'm mixing the shades Cheer and Laugh Cry, which is going to be a dark cherry color mixed in with a peachy shade. And I'm going to apply that onto my crease a little bit lower than my transition. And I'm going to be working in circular motions with this because I really want this one to blend up and out. I'm going to go ahead and deepen up this look with the color called Peefy, and this is going to be a darkened eggplant color. And this is going to go right into that outer corner first, and then I'm going to drag it into the crease. From the You Had Me at Hello palette, I'm going to take the darkest shade in the palette, and that's going to be Sparks Fly. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this into the crease, kind of where I put Peefy, but maybe just a little bit lower because I want this one to be really, really darkened, kind of like a Urban Decay Naked Cherry vibe, but without the naked cherry. You know what I mean? Now I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease with my Hourglass concealer, and I'm going to make this one a half cut crease. Go figure. Those are my favorite looks. Half cut creases and I can never break up. We're together forever. Now I'm just going to take Ma'am from my collaboration and put this on top of the concealer just so that this is the main focus. I'm going to be applying this with a concealer brush. As far as eyeliner is concerned, a lot of you guys know I am a ride or die with my Physicians Formula Eye Booster pen, but I have been really loving the ShopMissA Wonder Liner because this one is very comparable to the NYC eyeliner that I used to use strictly in high school, but this one has a thinner brush and I feel like it lasts a little bit longer on the eyes, so I'm going to be using this one today for my winged eyeliner. Another product that I've been loving this year has definitely been the Sigma Long Wearing Eyeliner Pencil. I think that Sigma can improve on their makeup quality, and I felt like once they launched their warm neutrals too, and then they launched their eyeliners, I was like, honestly, I see them improving. And I do have their Viper palette and I do want to do a tutorial with that, but this in particular really does last in the waterline without smudging, and that to me is really, really crazy. It stays there all day, and again, I wore this one to Disneyland for 16 hours straight and it didn't budge. For my lower lash line, I'm going to start off with Laugh Cry from the Emily palette. Again, this one is going to be the peachy shade, and I'm going to use this one as a transition on my lower lash line. Now I'm taking Cheer, and this is going to go a little closer to my lash line. And finally, I'm taking Sparks Fly from that Colourpop palette. This is going to be the darkest shade in the palette, and I'm going to apply this right where my lashes grow. I'm sorry to say it, but there is no mascara like my Essence Lash Princess. There's no company, there's no mascara that will ever beat this. For the price point, for the way it makes my lashes look, this stuff is the absolute best and I swear by it. So I'm going to use it again this year, and I am just going to do maybe 2 layers on my lower lashes to make sure that they're a little bit more dramatic. There were 2 eyelashes this year that I honestly could not live without, and most of you guys know it's going to be the Coca Lashes 5th Ave lashes. My boyfriend got me these for my birthday, and I really couldn't let these ones go until they got really nasty and disgusting, and then I was scared I was going to get an eye infection. So then I changed up my eyelashes, and then I found the Marquise lashes by Eylure. As most of you guys know, I've been wearing these literally for the past like half year. So I've had these ones in both halves of the year, and I'm today going to be using Eylure Marquise because I really don't want to open these ones, and I have these ones ready and already shaped to my eye. Honestly, there wasn't really a bronzer that I've been loving for the past year. I've kind of just been using bronzers that I wanted to use up more or less. But there was one bronzer that I was using for a consecutive amount of time that I felt like, oh my god, this is the best. But once I found out it was discontinued, I kind of stopped using it because I was scared to hit pan. That one is going to be the Alexis Ren and Colourpop Topaz Pressed Powder Highlight and Bronzer Duo. I really, really like this. It's so pigmented and it's so perfect for my skin tone. I really do love this one, and I wish that this one was actually permanent. You know by now, I think it's safe to say that there is no other blush that can top my Wet n Wild Apricot in the Middle. This stuff is literally iconic, and there is never really a makeup tutorial without this stuff. I mean, yes, I use other blushes here and there, but I'm never really satisfied until I use this one, so I am just going to use it for today's look. This past year, I've been obsessed with 4 different highlights. It's literally crazy, so I'm just gonna run through them real quick and then I will figure out which one I wanna use. So the first one is the Real Her Keep Going highlight. I think that the highlighters by Real Her are probably the best in their line, and so I just wanted to show you guys this one. This one's the lightest shade that they have in their highlighter range. I hope they do expand their shades because the darkest shade, again, is not really dark enough. The next highlight that I have here is the Wet n Wild Golden Flower Crown highlight. I was using this every single day at one point this year, but I started to expand my horizons with different highlights, and this one is still really, really good. I feel like sometimes when I have this one on the nose, it can look a little bit ashy, but nonetheless, I think it's really good all over the face, and that's why I like it. I do have a video on my channel where I talk about my highlighter collection, and I remember saying how I didn't like this because I thought it was too dark for my skin. Well, little did I know, I started actually using this one as a blush topper, so I would always apply it more towards the apples of my cheeks, and this looks absolutely stunning when applied like that, and then putting on another highlight on top. It looks so, so good. So if you are my skin tone 20 and you can't seem to pull off Gilded Honey, then I would probably recommend using it as a blush topper. The last highlight I want to mention is the Mary Poppin highlight by GlamByKarleeCosmetics. It's this one right here. It's so beautiful. It's a light golden highlight. It is so reflective, and I use it quite a lot because it's one of those highlights that doesn't emphasize a lot of texture, and I really like that. And plus, it was really inexpensive, and I love supporting Carly and her handmade vegan natural products. I'm giving her a huge shout out, but I really do love her products, and this highlight is really, really good. For today's look, I'm going to go ahead and apply the Laura Geller Gilded Honey on my cheeks as that blush topper, and then I'm going to intensely highlight my face with the Real Her Keep Going highlight. As far as lip products are concerned, you guys know I love my MAC Naturally Transform. That is my all-time favorite nude lip. You guys know I've been loving the CoverGirl Major Shade Liquid Lipstick in the shade Cakewalk paired with my NYX London. And another one that you guys haven't really heard me talk about in my favorites videos is the Dose of Colors Supernatural Liquid Lipstick and the Real Her I Am Confident Lip Liner. So I'm actually going to be doing the I Am Confident and Supernatural together on my lips, and this is just going to give me a really nice soft nude lip. Guys, that wraps up this video. Hope you guys all really enjoy. Now before I end the video, I just wanted to have a little quick chit chat. So when I started 2018, I had a New Year's resolution and I worked for it every single day, and I've fallen more than I've gotten back up this past year, and it's just been really, really tough. And my New Year's resolution for 2018 was to build my self-confidence and self-esteem because I was at a very negative point in my life and I really wanted to get out of that. So what I've been doing is I've been going out more and I've been educating myself. I've been reading a lot of self-help books, filling in those things kind of like Wreck-It journals, and it's helped me a lot. And I really don't know what I want my 2019 New Year's resolution to be. I kind of want to expand on my 2018 resolution and, you know, take it a little bit further because now I kind of know where to start, but how will I improve it even more? And I kind of want that to be one of my New Year's resolutions. And I also, maybe for shits and giggles, do yoga. I don't know. Okay, listen, I just feel like I'm old, and I feel like whenever I bend down to pick something, I just feel like my whole body hurts. So I feel like if I do yoga, I'm not gonna feel as old anymore. Yeah, so I guess that's gonna wrap up the video for now. I hope you guys all enjoy, and before I also go, oh my god, I also created a Patreon if you guys wanted to subscribe to it and follow me there. I will be doing like exclusive vlogs, updates, giveaways there. So if you're into that, then I definitely recommend that you check out my Patreon. And I guess that's pretty much it as far as updates go. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.